Right now, we are happy to welcome to the program Senator Hirono to talk about some of these issues. Always nice to have you here.
It's good morning. To be back.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's nice to take a break. So many big issues taking effect on the state capitol, and a lot of tension there between the parties.
It doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't. One of the things I know that's been on your to-do list has been education. We're talking about dismantling the DOE and everything, and what is happening on that front right now?
I've been focused on education nationally, and of course as it impacts Hawaii for quite a while now, because we have a regime that is busy trying to eliminate all federal support for education. And that's something like $300 million to the state of Hawaii for various education support from the federal government. And so of course it's going to have a major negative impact in Hawaii. So yesterday I had a roundtable with advocates, people from HSTA, the Department of Education, advocate groups, to talk about what is this going to mean to Hawaii and how we're going to prepare for it. And so these are the kinds of sessions that I've been having. I've had what's known as spotlight hearings to focus on the major changes to the Department of Education federally that is going to be negative throughout the country. And so I've had 4 spotlight hearings. I will have another one to focus on how important support for public schools is.
Well, we have the state legislature about to start today, and one of the questions hanging in the balance is federal cuts and how much is that going to affect in affordability and cost of living here at home.
Well, when you talk about affordability in terms of housing, food, health care, something that the president has not addressed at all, as he's busy apparently trying to take over the world. So the legislature has to be prepared to put in money where it's needed, just like they stepped forward through the governor to pay for some SNAP benefits when that was at issue. So we, at the federal level, at least our delegation, we're going to be working ever more closely with the state legislature to see what we can do to shore up the kind of cuts that are probably going to be coming down the pike, not just for Hawaii, but across the country.
Some of the issues that led to the budget stalemate and the shutdown of the government, of course, had to do with health care.
Yes.
Where does that stand? What's on the slate for the Senate?
The U.S. House voted for a 3-year extension of the Affordable Care Act tax credits that millions of people in our country rely on. And on the Senate side, Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, tried to get that on for a vote, and the Republican leader said, I have no intention of bringing that to a vote, and therefore millions of people in our country are going to go without health care, including people in Hawaii. And that's really terrible, because health care is, in my view, it's a right, not a privilege. And that everyone should have health care, but that's not where the Republicans are. Their view is, if you can't afford health care, too bad. But it's going to impact everybody else, when millions of people are without health care.
Well, that's something we'll keep following. We're also following the talk about Greenland. And right now, is this going to be something that the Senate takes up when you get back in session?
Well, the thing is, we're almost at the 1-year anniversary of Trump's inauguration. And his regime is characterized by chaos, cruelty, incompetence. Ours is a government of checks and balances, and you expect some checks on the president where he might think, maybe I should ask Congress before invading Greenland or invading Venezuela, but that's not where he's from. He thinks the rule of law doesn't apply to him. Checks and balances, you have Congress that puts some limits on the president. You have Republicans in Congress who are not doing anything of the kind. And then you have the courts. We have a Supreme Court that has been expanding presidential powers, so they're allowing basically this president to do whatever he wants, including saying we should go in there and grab Greenland, which most people think is really nutty, but he doesn't think so.
Well, Senator,
he's now threatening other countries to get what he wants.
We'll have more, of course, what's coming up from Switzerland. Senator, always a pleasure to have you in. Thank you for taking some time.